Ooh, yeah, let's dance. Oh, busted move.
Whoa, you caught me. I was just taking a break. Hello Knights, Side H2O here. Welcome back to another Harvest Moon Back to Nature Guide video. Today I'm going to show you how to do what I like to call the tool upgrade cheat, or the day one tool upgrade cheat. I haven't really come up with a great name for it yet. But in this video I'm going to take you on a magical roller coaster ride through this very helpful cheat that you can start doing immediately after the opening cutscene is finished. How this cheat works is pretty simple really. If the game needs you to do an event that you can't skip, say meeting someone or whatever, you can't be hospitalized when you run out of stamina or get fatigued. Lucky for us, the mayor gives us one of these scenes on Spring 2 of the first year, and I'm not positive if it works because I've never actually tried it. But the mayor's son, the cop, comes the next day on Spring 3 and introduces himself to tell you about Juan, or however you say it, the guy who sells the seeds to you at the inn later on. Now, on to the cheat. This is it. Seriously, this is all you have to do for the first part of the cheat. The bad part is that each tool takes about 15 minutes to do. You want to get it to where it says 400%. Oh, and it doesn't work for the watering can either. But let's talk about stamina for a second again here, and how it will affect your tool leveling up time. The first tool you do will probably take slightly longer than the rest, simply because you have to run through all of the stamina and fatigue animations. But they don't take that long, really. And once you're through all of the stamina and fatigue animations, you don't see them again. So if they stop showing up at some point, don't worry, that's totally normal, and that's actually one of the great parts about the cheat. That's what makes the cheat work, is that the game doesn't pick up that you've finished all the animations and you're completely out of stamina. Okay, now that you've pounded on the action button for an hour, a turbo controller would work great for this, by the way. Unfortunately, I don't have one. I hope you do. You're going to need to make 5,000 gold per tool that you want to upgrade, and you're going to need a piece of Mistral ore as well. First, you need to go outside and talk to the mayor. You can't avoid that. Then, before you do anything else, don't pick a weed, don't chop a piece of wood, don't do anything. Go straight to the hot springs and do the hot springs trick. If you don't know what the hot springs trick is, I made a video about it. I'll put an annotation right here for you. Okay, let's start with how you're going to make this $5,000 that you need for your first tool upgrade. Basically, there are two ways you can start making money immediately in the game. The first one is scavenging on the mountain, and the second is mining. But let's talk about scavenging first. If you go up on the mountain in springtime, which it is, you can pick up all 3 bamboo shoots from the ground near the hot springs, and there's also a bluegrass there, and there's a bluegrass near Gotz's house. If you pick all those up every day, that's $350 per day. I'll go into mining more when I do a video on just that later on, but for now I'll give you a few tips that can get you going, just in case that video hasn't come out yet by the time you see this, or if you just haven't seen it yet. The first is the mine's location. For now, we'll just use the waterfall mine, since the other mine is only open in the winter. It's up by the hot springs, right behind the waterfall. Next, the time doesn't go up when you're inside the mine, so don't just take the first ores that you get. Find a few ladders, go down a few levels, and get some ore that's better than copper. At this point, with no power berries, and the small backpack, and no basket, I just shoot for silver or gold, since they're pretty easy to get and they pay a little more than copper. Make as many runs as you can a day using the hot springs trick when you're tired, and you can make some good gold this way. It's a really good way to make money. If you want your mining to go faster, I suggest finding a few power berries so you don't have to do the hot springs trick so much, as well as purchasing either the larger backpack, the largest backpack, or the basket. That means you can carry more ore out of the mine, meaning you can be in there longer without having to run out every 10 seconds to drop off your ores. Since this is a farming game, obviously farming is going to be another way to make some money. It's not immediate. You have to wait a few days for things to grow. But you can save up a lot of money this way because buying seeds isn't that expensive, and you actually get quite a bit out of what you put in. I would suggest doing turnips for now because you only have $500 to start with, and you can buy 4 packs of seeds instead of 3 with that. Like if you were buying potatoes, you'd only get 3 packs of seeds. Turnips also are done in 5 days. They sell for $60 each, and so the 8 or 9 extra plants you can get out of the turnips you planted are going to help you a lot more than the extra time you spend waiting for potatoes or cucumbers. Alright, once you have your 5,000 gold for the first tool, it's time to roll up your sleeves again and get back into the mine. This time though, just ignore anything you dig up until you go down enough ladders that you get a Mistral ore. Mistral is the blue ore. Now we're all set. Let's equip the tool we want to upgrade, take our Mistral ore, and head over to the blacksmith shop. He's open between 10 and 4 every day except for Thursdays and festival days. His shop is the first on the left as you enter town, and I'll go over more about him in the video I'm going to be doing about the blacksmith shop and tool upgrades later on, and if that's done you can click here to see it. The next part is arguably the easiest. We just have to wait and wait and wait. It takes 3 days to remake your tool. The good news is that the only days that you can't pick up your tool is on festival days. For this occasion, I guess, he'll open up his shop on Thursdays for you to grab it, as you can see here. I should also note here that it took me longer to do this than you can do it in. I didn't do very much work and everything because I wanted to test if you could open his shop on or if you go into his shop on a Thursday, and so that's why it took me this many days to do it. I think you could probably do it in 5 or 6 days though. That's all there is to it though. Just save up 15,000 more gold, not all at once, because you can still only upgrade 1 tool at a time, and get 3 more Mistral ore, wait 9 more days, and you're all set with your tools, except for your watering can, but you'll be using that enough that I don't think it's going to matter anyway. Have a good one, Knights.
Hey, thanks for sticking around till the end. We appreciate you watching every one of our videos, and if you want to get a hold of us outside of YouTube, all of our social media links are in the description below. If you want to become a Knight, why don't you go ahead and click on that subscribe button, and as always, keep those shields up.